what I was saying before was if we're gonna emphasize on something, we're gonna have to zoom in on it so you hear it loud and clear, and then we can zoom back so that way.
Oh God. Oh guys, good morning. I'm not gonna talk.
Oh wow, we
I'm
started
not
already.
gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
We're
live,
on.
brother.
Good morning, everybody.
I didn't even know that based on the music.
We're
Good
switching
morning,
it up.
everyone. How's everybody
I like
doing?
this lo-fi today. I'm having
Yeah.
a chest cold, so I either sound like a very old hooker,
Ah,
or
Jesus
my
Damn,
Lord.
pitch
Gigi, you serious?
other pitch gets
Jesus.
really high, like right now, and scratchy. It is insane.
Yo,
So I let you guys
good
talk.
morning. Happy
Good morning,
Friday.
everybody. How you doing?
Just gonna give it a couple of minutes, let the people trickle on in.
Well, you know what? The couple of minutes that we're taking time on. I mean,
Not
I
wasting.
love the fact that we've actually had a really good week so far. Great session yesterday, Ed, on the buyers. You know, having to change it from cold to at least a warm lead, right? I mean, honestly, I think a lot of folks out there just don't know how to actually say hello to people or
Yeah.
how to even convert with someone. And I think that was a really good insight that you threw in there for them.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think
had-
we need those are like having those conversations, real estate conversations, and know how to navigate through those are really important. And now
Right.
more than ever in this market, and we're going to keep on pounding this into everybody's head. We all of us have to get better at this, ultimately.
I think so. Absolutely. I think it's, our jobs is always based on what? It's always communicating with others.
Yeah.
Not only being matchmakers, but communication.
Mhm.
So, there's professionals out there and there's others who don't know what to say. And I think yesterday's message was to know exactly what to say. So,
Yeah, so I want to talk to the non-real estate professionals that listen to us on those episodes. That yes, we are trying to really, better ourselves all the time. We're always a work in progress as far as how can we serve our community better. And I just
Right.
with my very bad voice, I'm about to shut down right now and let you guys take the floor. So we
Absolutely.
have the third installment following up, like closing out this last quarter really strong of 2 months. So 2 months, and today we're going to give you the exact formula on how to make 10K plus 10K, 20K, whatever you guys decided you were able to produce extra the next 2 months. We're gonna give you the formula and the numbers, so you'll know exactly what to do. So Ed and Israel will go over this and just smile and wave. All right. So today is how to make $10,000 plus in the next 2 months, close out the year super strong, and just trampoline into the next year like a rocket ship.
Like
You guys-
Elon Musk.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
Like
it. That's a
Elon
great
Musk.
example. All right.
But it is yesterday's session was interesting, and look, right, and you guys were there to witness it. I mentioned today's live at yesterday's session, and people
who's
were like, oh my god, I want to know how to make 10K, raising hands and everything. And where you at, peoples? Where you at? Like I said, not everyone will do it, but I think the first thing is gonna take, right, as far as that 10K is gonna be grit, right? You gotta want it, period. At the end of the day, you gotta want it. So for those of you that are here and were at yesterday's session, those are the ones that wanted it, because it's a lot of information, right? We're trying to figure out how to make 10K in 2 months. Do you guys think it's possible?
10K extra, put
In 2
money
months.
to me it's the extra, this is what it is. Definitely, sure.
But it's a good thing that you're saying extra, Gigi. I think it's even a nice catapult for everybody that's not even doing it right now, right? And I think if you start noticing that 10K is doable, that's really, when you break it down, that's 61 days to try to make 10K. man, that's a lot of days.
Oh,
That is a lot of
Faith.
days.
Good
Right? That's a
morning,
lot of
Faith.
days. What can you do with it? How can you do with it? How much more happy would you be that you did that either in less than 31 days instead of 61? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing thing. But I'm glad that, again, this is what we're about, Real Estate Unwrapped. We're here for tips, tricks, education, and motivation for anything. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to actually speaking about this because numbers is the language of my business as it is to everyone else out there. And it should be when it comes to tracking your numbers every single day, every single week, every single month. And the way to do it is actually a really good way of knowing exactly what you need to do, how you need to audit it. But I'm just going to say it in a short way, right? Now, a couple of weeks back, we actually had introduced to the class that we actually were talking to. We introduced Agent X, and we were trying to build Agent X's pretty much 3 months that were coming up. And the good thing about that is that, we were saying that Agent X was going to earn $80,000 within the next 3 months, or a certain amount, $75,000, so on and so forth. But now, let's say that Agent X made no money; it's at zero right now. How can Agent X make $10,000 in 2 months, 61 days, right, and make it happen? So why not? Let's just do it all together right now.
Can I
Yes, ma'am.
translate? I'm going to translate for the non-numbers people so it can come to you in your brain. For the more creative ones, those that like the little butterflies and stars around the corner.
Yeah.
Grab a
So
pen.
here you go.
That's it.
The non-numbers people, this is the translation to today's exercise. This today's exercise is what is going to fuel your strong why. Your why you're doing this extra push for the end of the year. And we're gonna give you the numbers. This is it. Yes. Here you go, Alicio. This is the formula that will help you fuel your why. Why you're doing what you do. Simple. So just keep that in mind. All right? And it's gonna all fall in place.
Always fall in place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Israel. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So to think of it this way, honestly, we can start off by using a quick whiteboard, and you know what? It's not the practicality of just numbers. We're just going to talk about other things that you can do to actually improve your numbers, right? So let's first start off. Let's get the whiteboard up. Let's do the teacher format, just for a few minutes in today's lesson. So in today's lesson, pretty much, welcome to the whiteboard.
Real quick, Izzy. Let's make this a little intriguing right now. So the whole idea right now is literally in 2 months you're starting from scratch, but we're gonna break down a few numbers. So Israel is gonna put up the 10K on the board so that 10K. Everybody has an idea. Clearly, we're talking about
excuse my
10K.
Chicken scratch. Excuse my God.
You know what I mean? And for real,
it's beautiful.
And definitely feel free to ask any questions. But so Izzy, 10K, right? We're breaking this down into 2 months. Okay.
All right,
ideally, if we were to do that on a larger scale, right? This would be equivalent to making $1 million sale and getting paid 1% commission.
1% commission. A sucky commission.
Yeah, you could just write it on this. You could write it up on the side. Write it up on the side.
I will. So let's do this. Let's do this right now. So pretty much $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Someone write 1 mil again. Excuse correct.
That's great.
2%.
1 mil at 1%.
Oh, 1%.
Yeah, 1 mil at 1%.
Yeah, because it's gonna be.
I gotta use my eraser.
Oh yeah, look at that! Look at the technology right there.
My eraser.
Oh
okay,
my God.
1%. Got it.
That's
got
the 10
it.
mil.
Okay.
Cool. Now, if you feel that holy cow, I can't do $1 million listing, folks, we're in New York City right now. Okay. Or that's what I was gonna get to. You could sell 2 properties, or you could try to sell a property at 500,000. Hold on, geez, real quick. We're gonna cut it in half. 500,000, or a transaction that's equivalent to 500,000, right? Yeah. At 2% commission.
Okay.
Do you think that's doable?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right.
If you even for the newbies, like Put on your big boy, big girl boots and just strap on and let's go, people. Yes, we can do it.
You know what I just thought about when you said that?
No. La, 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 la.
No, it was Will Ferrell. It was Will Ferrell
Oh.
when he's the other guys. He's the movie with the other guys. He starts yelling across the room about his big boy pants. That's why I thought about this. I got my big boy pants on, huh? Anywho.
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
Much better.
Yeah.
I got scared. It's too early in the morning. I was like, oh no.
Gigi, come on, we're drinking tea. Come on, man. Anywho, Izzy,
Right.
10K, right? 500,000, 2%, 10K. That's doable.
So the question is this: is it the house or is it the volume? Think of it that way.
At the end of the day, though, I think it could just be the volume, right? Or because right now, one family house at 500,000. Let's be real. Where?
No.
You know what I mean? So we're looking at stuff in the sixes. So if you sell something for 600,000-700,000 and it pays out 2%, you just made more than the 10K.
You made close to 15, yeah.
Close to 15.
Yeah.
14 for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So
14%.
do we think at least that at 14K? Yeah, 2%, 14K.
So let's go super conservative. Keep the 10K, guys. Let's go really like low bowling. Lower the expectations. Let's do it.
Well, no. That's why I wanted to keep it at 10K because this is what it breaks down to, right? And if we can kind of implement going through, in this case, buyers, right? We're seeing the shift in the market. Can you guys agree?
Yeah.
Buyers and sellers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's more.
It's the buyer's market right now. Yep.
Yeah, it's starting to feel that way, right? So literally, the buyers are now having more negotiation power, right? They're taking a little longer. So right now we're gonna focus on buyers. Let's find the buyers. Let's find some qualified buyers. So if we were to try to find, again, we're trying to find a buyer to buy a $500,000 property at 2% commission. That's the whole idea.
Right.
So what is it gonna take?
What do you need to do?
What is it going to take? So I guess we'll work on the easier number, right? I think finding a $500,000 property at 2% commission and selling it is a lot more doable. Yeah. I would like to hear from the people who are watching in the comments, because if you feel that that's easy, I want to know what you think. Like, do you think that's doable?
We're not saying it's easy; it's doable.
So let me just step up to this plate in a few seconds. So pretty much, look, number wise, obviously the way it works is the way I look at it is this. You can theoretically say that $1 million, 1% equals 10, 5, 2, 10, whatever, 700, 2, 14, whatever. But let me simplify this in a way that it actually makes sense for everyone. First of all, if you're one of those that actually know your business and understand your business, right, and the farming area that you're in, like I'm in Forest Hills a lot, okay, I'm in Kew Gardens a lot, I'm in Regal Park a lot. These are areas that generally the co-op pretty much lifestyle around here is between $300,000 to $400,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, $300,000 to $400,000, and then at the commission rate of that could be between 1.5% to 2%. So if I want to fluctuate that, let's just say it's 2%. Okay, these are the things that I have in mind. So as a person, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business, these are things you need to know and understand. What is the market giving you back? How much are you selling these houses for, in other words, to get as much volume as possible? So once you know that, then how many times you need to sell to, in other words, get to the numbers that you need to get to. So today we're trying to get to 10,000.
Yeah.
For me to get to 10,000, I need to sell out of my $400,000 homes.
Well, hold on.
Come on. Don't.
So real quick, I'm sorry. You're mentioning co-ops, and we're trying to close a deal within 2 weeks. So what we want to do is kind of get the buyers. I'm sorry, 2 months. What we're trying to do is get the buyers, because if we go into contract, it might take 3 months. That's why, because I heard you say co-op before, but I wanted to.
That's okay, but you got to understand though, I'm in contract.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is what we want to do is take it more of what the steps are from today. I have nothing out there. from today,
Right.
this is what I want to do this is what I need to do to get this buyer. So ideally, what I would say is if you can take it more in
Yeah,
the
let's
route
go. Let's go
of
on with
like, all right,
the
well, we have to
formula.
find the house, right? We need to find the house at that point.
So let's just take this whiteboard out because we don't need this, honestly.
Well, I was gonna, if you want, I can give you some of the numbers that I was kind of thinking.
Because
Yeah,
honestly, the way I'm looking at this, if this is a mathematical thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it to you that way. Because honestly, if we're going to talk about farming areas, regardless of what,
I'm gonna answer the question to our viewer right
Don't answer
here.
a question yet. Hold on a second. If you're pretty much, if you're at the point, right, it doesn't matter the contract. We're trying to get to 2 months. I get that. The point that I was trying to make with that is that, look, I have an area by which I'm saying it's co-op for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have an area that is 400,000. I need to make at least 3 transactions.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
You have an area.
Yes.
Right. It doesn't matter I'm just trying to get to the areas by which, if you know your areas, because there's areas in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
In certain parts of Brooklyn, there are $1 million.
It's
you
one
know
transaction.
You need to make sure that you have to do at least 1 transaction.
Right.
Okay. There's parts in South Queens that you know that there are about 600,000, maybe 700,000.
So 2.
Again,
1.5.
you have to do at least 2 transactions.
Yeah.
So hence what I was trying to go at with this.
No, definitely understand. So
it doesn't matter
the product.
It doesn't matter the product.
Your area. We've been always talking about
You need to know
this.
your area. It doesn't matter about the time. What I'm saying is that if you're focused on trying to make $10,000 in 2 months, you need to know your areas.
Yes.
So that's definitely one of the key. Yeah, that's definitely one of the key things to know. So definitely know your areas, which it ties into this.
Contact us, contact me, guys. I'll direct you towards where to find statistics on one key MLS if you need to, and you'll get the averages for each area you guys are working on. So please don't hesitate to offline. Let's not make the type of houses or condos or co-ops. Let's not make this an issue. It's about the deal and the volume, the sales volume we're gonna have to work with.
Yeah.
So go ahead with your numbers.
What I was going to say was, and I do apologize if I didn't kind of put it out there. The idea I wanted to run with was starting from scratch, right? Starting from scratch. Like, I'm not even thinking about what I have going on. I need to now today still continue to do product income driven activities. That's what I want to get at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So the idea that I wanted to run with was, okay, so here we are. We know that we need to find the house, sell it, 2% commission. So that's one buyer. Right. Yesterday, what I was touching on was, remember the idea and the concept of the $100 bills under the chair, right? If there's a $100 bill and there's 100 chairs in this room, and I told you there was a $100 bill under one of these chairs, you would go looking for every single chair.
Yeah.
So what's the concept I'm going with? Knowing that, let's just say it took 100 tries, 100 different people for you to contact, communicate, leads, whatever the case is. It's 100 tries for you to get in contact with people. And once you get in contact with them, out of those 100 people, one of them might be interested in buying. Right? So that was kind of the concept that I wanted to run with as the idea, and I did want to use the chalkboard to write it up so it's easier as far as
I mean, I can help you write it up. Let me just get back to.
Let me know when you're ready, and then I'll put it back up. But we did have a couple of real quick.
So it will involve a little bit of math, but if you pass second or third, if you pass third grade, you should be fine.
No, it's honestly math is difficult for everybody.
I almost got left back in third grade.
No, I mean, it's arithmetic. It's not complicated. It's a lot of things you can do with your phone. All right, nobody's going to ask you to do it on top of your head. So again, this is for any type of property. Let's move on because I don't want us to get stuck on some nonsense. So sorry, guys. Audience, I love you guys. Let's have Israel run the numbers, and we
No. Wait, we have time. Okay.
No, we have half an hour.
There's people are asking questions as far as are these co-ops or is it just typical houses? So to answer that question to the Facebook person, it is really quick to answer that. I deal with mostly co-ops. I don't deal with houses in my certain areas, but I do have houses in other areas of Queens. So the numbers I just gave you was based on mostly co-ops and condos in that sense, mostly co-ops in my sense. So the example I was trying to give was mostly just co-ops. Okay. And then calling it until you get a lead to just get one. I mean, honestly, that is no matter what thought process. Having 100 shares, imagine those being each calls. You have to call everybody until you get somebody to say, yes, I'm looking to buy a home or sell. So I agree with that 1,000%. But go ahead, Ed. I'm ready for your whiteboard.
Whoa, I almost removed it. Hold on,
Okay.
we'll add it right now. Don't
No, just had
wait.
the.
Where is it? Right here. All right. So remember the numbers 500K. So if you don't mind, brother, can we just put 500K, 2%?
Oops. That didn't come out right.
And then for sure, man. I like what you said about that, Israel. Keep calling until you get a lead. That is the idea, but some people get scared of that.
It is scary.
You know?
It is.
So,
Yep.
so what I wanted to do was basically simplify it. That's how we're doing it. We're literally simplifying it. And let's just say it took 100 calls, right? So 100 calls to secure that one appointment.
Do you want to put 100 calls here, or
Please, if you don't mind, brother.
100 calls? Okay. Again, use this chicken scratch.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
And
I'm doing this with the mouse. I'm doing this with the mouse.
I hear the mouse clicking.
Go ahead. So go ahead
Cool.
now. 100 calls.
So out of the 100 calls, you know it's going to take one. Out of the 100 calls, it's one. You're going to find one person who's probably going to be interested in buying that property.
Okay.
So that's
Now,
one lead.
That's one lead. Well, that's like one appointment, actually. We're looking at it as one appointment. If you call 100 people, you should be able to secure one appointment out of that.
Okay, very nice.
And if you don't secure one appointment after the 100 calls, I can guarantee you a few things. A, you're going to feel more comfortable on the phone. B, you're going to end up learning your scripts. C, you're going to go through the calls a lot more quicker and easier. It's only going to get easier after
it's
you do it,
always better,
right?
You know, your first 100 calls, let's be real, might not be that pretty, and it's okay.
No,
all right, and there is no giving up, and there is no crying. Okay, this is my deep personality coming out, guys, because you have to start someplace. You can't run a marathon before you even know how to walk or crawl. All right, so let's get it here. The first 100 calls are gonna be lousy, and we know that, and it's perfectly okay.
They're always lousy.
All right, you have to respect the process.
They're always lousy.
Yeah.
So now if we broke down the 100 calls, and like I said it yesterday, which was I timed myself, and Israel was my witness because he was in the office making calls with me, right? But I literally clocked myself and I got through about 33 to 36 calls in 1 hour.
Fantastic.
Right?
You mean dials?
Dials.
And
like, and I'm not talking about like the Mojo dialer. No, I'm talking about like physically dialing the number, right?
Yeah, we call that hard dial. Got it. Okay.
Right?
Oh man, that's horrible. Go ahead.
No, it's good, man.
With all this technology, still
33 calls. Listen, 33 calls in an hour.
All right. Says calls.
So now, if we were trying to get to 100, that means that we would have to call 4 hours. Isn't it 4 or is it 3? 3 times 3 is not. Oh, you're right. 3 hours.
It would be 99 calls. So an hour or so. Yeah. 3 hours or so. So you're more
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours.
And this means you dialing by hand. You're not using. If you have a CRM, you're able to call directly from your CRM. If you have a Mojo dialer, you could have the 3-line dialer that costs, what is it, $100 a month, $120 a month. So whatever you're using, at worst, if you're still using the round dialer, that's going to be 33 calls per hour. All right, and that means it's going to be where you actually speak to someone or just the numbers dial, because I think it's more when you just have the numbers, because some people don't answer. Don't
Some
answer the
people
phone.
don't answer, correct. But that's what I'm saying. I'm literally getting through 33 calls.
Okay.
But again, the idea and the concept is that I'm getting through 100 calls. Out of the 100 calls, one of them have to be again, if you're getting leads for a property, one of them will be an appointment. But if
Yeah.
you're
So
just calling randomly from a calling list,
No.
right? It's gonna take 100 calls and you might get one lead, not an appointment. You might get one
What?
lead.
So
So
those
to,
are
to
interested parties, interested in
right.
buying. Yeah.
Correct.
So to understand this, it's not like you're getting 33 calls for every dial you get a call, because it could happen in a 1 to 2 ratio. Am I right?
Right.
So in other words, you get a call, it goes to whatever bad call, whatever.
Correct.
The second one could be a call. So in other words, you've actually had dialed almost 66 dials to get at least 33 contacts.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, can we agree that
Can
there's
I change
more?
this to contacts? Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you can make contacts. Or well that. So I timed 33 calls between 33. I think calls look better than contacts.
Yeah, I think so. I'm about to. Yeah, that's horrible.
I dialed. It was 33 dials. That's what it was. It like for I'm not again. I'm just kind of going based off of what I experienced in that time. So it was 33 calls from a list that I was calling, that we just sold the property in the neighborhood, and I was calling to know, who do you know that wants to buy in the area,
Circle
or who do you know that
prospecting.
wants to sell? Correct. So in that aspect, it was 33 calls, and in the 33 calls, again, it took me about that an hour to do the calls. Out of the calls, like I said, if you're doing 100 calls, it's going to be one, maybe one lead, because you're circle prospecting. It's
And
not
you
like
could
you're calling
have
people
a
back.
list that is going to be yielding bigger results. Let's say you have a whole bunch of old Zillow leads, whether it's your old leads or whether it's your broker's old leads. Those were actually people that had expressed interest in purchasing real estate at some point, whether it's last week, last month, 2 years ago. Those are great lists to call, and they would definitely, those buyers, old buyers list, will yield you more than one appointment for sure. For sure. All right. So whatever list you choose, go for it. Make those 33 calls an hour. Even if you're a bit slow at the beginning, it's good. 3 hours. Let's go.
All right. So
All
let's
right.
let's let Ed finish this one up. Let's go, Ed. Take us
So-
around the corner now. Take us around the corner.
So now the 33 calls. So now 3 hours, right? No one's really prospecting for 3 hours in one day unless you're a superstar, right? But here's the kicker. If you know you're getting through 100 calls in 3 hours, if you're getting through all of this in 3 hours, 100 calls, if you did it five times a week, not including the weekends, how many hours would that be?
15.
Yep.
15 hours. How crazy is it that you can probably make 10K in the next 15 in just working 15 hours? And that's where time management falls into it, right? Time management falls into this, because if you block out your 3 hours every single day, you're going to be going through 100 calls every single day. And don't forget that some of these people might actually call you back and say, somebody called me from this number.
Yeah.
So you never know what that's going to turn into.
What is that? 415 what?
450
495.
calls.
495.
500. Yeah. Basically 500 calls.
Right?
Yeah.
So 5 days, right?
Yeah.
And 3 days. 3 hours per day. It's 15. Yeah.
15 hours per week. So, and you could divide it up, those prospecting hours. You can do an hour in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, or vice versa. Whatever suits your schedule. Put it in.
Correct.
Put it in. We talk about time management. We went through this. Use that time blocking. All right. Make it a priority. Tell your spouse, tell everybody. We went through those exercises last week. Those are actually things that we're showing you how to put it in practice to make it work for you.
So
Let's
now
move on. Yeah.
the tracking system of this is something that you have to keep up with. All right. And again, that's why Israel, I like you helped me understand these numbers. So when you're going through these calls, now you know, okay, the question pops up. Sounds great, but where am I going to get the leads from? Right? And we just finished hitting it on the head. you can get the calling list from your office, calling list from your broker. If you have a team leaders pulling out leads for you. So these are people that you can circle back to and call. Not to mention open houses that you can go to. You can
Old
always
open
attract
houses, yeah.
anywhere you can interact with these individuals, right? Now if we can kind of break down the numbers of if we're plugging in 500 calls, right? Now we know that if we're making 100 calls to secure at least a lead, we know that within the 200 calls, one of those leads might turn into an appointment.
Right.
So that means for every 200 calls, I might have an appointment. I know we have the one person, one appointment up there, but
one person for one appointment for 200. It should be two persons, right?
Yeah.
Based on this math.
Based on that math, correct.
Right. So which leads you to one appointment.
Yeah.
Right. So
correct.
then.
So that means every week, because let's just say if you were doing that 15 hours a week, you're only doing it Monday through Friday, right? Every week you generated about almost 500 calls. So therefore you would have anywhere between 2 to 3 appointments scheduled a week.
Where you're taking somebody out or you're meeting somebody in regards to selling their property.
Correct.
Right.
Am I reading this or?
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to write.
I don't know.
No,
I was just erasing open house because I didn't.
You're good.
Know. Okay.
You're good. You're good. So that was the idea. So every week you're generating what I wanted you to write was 2 to 3 appointments a week.
Oh, 2 to 3 appointments a week. Okay.
Oh my God, what would you guys say? Well, man, yeah, it kind of looked like like the elongated one.
Yeah, go ahead. So 2 to 3
appointments.
Yeah.
Jesus Lord, my handwriting.
It's lovely. It's fun.
For a week.
Yo, thank you and shout out to Israel for getting on the board, man.
Jesus.
That's good.
I promise
you. Now you see what my life is because this is my handwriting.
2 to 3
appointments a week.
Oh,
sometimes
appointments.
I can't reread myself. Yes, per week.
Jesus.
APP.
You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna write this in a different color. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I think everybody on this session today, all 2 of you. Sorry, there's more than that. If you guys had 2 to 3 appointments per week, taking buyers out or even meeting with potential sellers, I can guarantee you're already making $100,000 a year. So we're just going to talk about that extra couple of months, to
don't
just
scare
make.
Him, don't
I'm not scaring. It's there.
We're literally, no, I know. I'm kidding. I know it's true.
It's all about it.
What you're saying is 100% true. Because if somebody is going on 2 to 3 appointments a week, how many of those appointments are you going to actually close, right?
Yeah.
Can we say at least out of the 5 appointments, somebody should put in an offer?
What? Yeah.
Yes.
At least out of the 5, comfortably. What if it was 10? What if we went conservative and said I had to show 10 properties to finally pull an offer?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
So out of every week, so if there's 4 weeks in a month,
so 12
that's
people.
What? That's 12 appointments.
12 appointments.
Anywhere between 8 to 12 appointments.
All right, so 8 to 12.
8 to 12
in
a month.
In a month, okay.
Right? 8 to 12 appointments in 1 month.
Okay. Appointments. Good, I'll write it down. Go ahead.
You should have 2 offers. Because if you're having only 1 offer, this means that you have not pre-qualified your buyers well enough. You're just taking them on a stroll in the island, and this is not what we're looking for.
What my lovely wife likes to say, I always take her on stroll rides, man. Just strolling through the neighborhood when I'm not using the GPS, apparently. That is not what we're trying to do, folks. Gas is expensive.
Exactly. So gas is expensive.
We're not Ubers.
We're not Ubers. We're not taking people in the car. No weird stuff. So you should be able, with those 12 people, to get 2 offers accepted in that month. At least. Am I wrong?
At least. I would say at least. But even if it was just 1.
All right, let's say this is the worst. Go for it. The worst.
Let's just say it was one. You
Okay.
locked in. You locked in one person that wanted to make an offer.
That would really. I would be mad at myself.
I mean, no, it don't listen. Don't if this happens to you folks, don't be mad at yourself. Okay? Do not be mad at yourself. Just be glad
They
that
at least
you
have that. But this is
were
we're
in the
talking
hunt,
about lowered expectations. I want everybody to have stratospheric expectations about themselves because you are worth it.
right?
All right, you are freaking Maybelline. Okay, you're
Preach,
worth it.
preach, Gigi.
Yes. All right. So
You
this
know,
one offer,
one offer you
five
locked it
hundred
in,
thousand dollars, 2%. That's
Yeah.
$10,000. So we're going into contract.
and you should hopefully have that money by Christmas.
And guess what? You have another month to put another offer. That's another $10,000.
Now hold on, Gigi, because I'll tell you right now, December, people that do this in November and December, in my opinion,
Oh,
they propel their business ahead 6 months come January, February, March. It's going to feel like a completely different world. And when you have conversations, unfortunately, you have good conversations with agents and you have bad conversations with agents. But sometimes you're going to have the conversations and you're going to hear that the market is terrible, right? Like that gentleman yesterday, I won't say his name, he felt some type of way about the market. He said that there's no money in the market. I
but
haven't
you know
had an
what?
issue and I've been like
The
I've
market
been
is
going
the
ham.
market.
The market is what
2008,
you make it.
right? The market was, yes, that was probably the worst since the Great Depression of 1929. And guess what? People were still buying and selling. The market is the market. We've been doing enough training about mindset. We've been doing enough trainings on where to get your business, how to generate. Nobody likes those words, but you should be able. It's all of how strong is your why, how much chutzpah you got. So, and it's like get a little bit of yeah, and it's just get a little bit of balls out there. Like put the extra effort
Cojones.
to make. Huh?
No, you said
It
put the
was a French word.
cojones.
It was a French word, balls.
Oh,
So, guys, I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
let's just really break this down. Um, so again, for those who are out there listening in this sense, just keep in mind again, you have your end of the year, and I'm just going to put it out there right now, ladies and gentlemen. I don't consider my end of the year December 31st. My end of the year is October 31st. So I only have pretty much 10 more days to try to make as much as I need to do before my next year starts. However, before when I started, I had the idea of 10 months. So I mean, two months ago, and I needed $10,000 or so. So ideas like this is really what you want to go with. You have this amount of money you need to do. You have a yearly goal. You have this amount that you need to do. You know your farming market, how many contracts, how many transactions you need to finish up to do it. Okay. If you're doing this in a specific way, okay, it is very simple. If you're doing it in a specific way, you know you need to do 2 or 3 transactions. You know you need to do so many. Pretty much just understand that by using Ed's calculations in this case here, okay, if you're doing 33 calls an hour you should be able to at least lock in one appointment. But if you don't, and you're doing 3 hours and you're doing 100 calls, you should be at least able to lock in one appointment or one lead in that case. Once you get those leads out there, once you're in front of those houses, okay, whether it's a co-op, condo, house, multifamilies, whatever it is, okay, you should ask every single time. This is my golden nugget to you in this sense is ask for an offer every single time. Right? Don't sound desperate over it.
message.
No,
Don't
I
sound
wanna.
desperate.
Yeah.
No. Don't sound desperate over it. Okay? Just say, and it's very simple. Very simple. How would you rate the home? How much do you like it? And how much would you offer? Just that simple. This is how you're asking for an offer.
Sure.
They'll give you a number. They'll ask you. They'll say it's a 10, it's an 8, it's a 9. You'll find out exactly how much they really like it, and if they say it's a 6 or a 7, what does it take to be a 10?
Yeah.
From there, you move forward, and then you say, okay, if you find out that it's flooring, how much is it worth to you? Is it worth 500,000? Is it worth 200,000? Is it worth 10,000, 15,000, whatever the case may be? Then let's put that into an offer.
Yeah.
And move on to the next house.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you just keep going to the point of I'm just going to open up this door, show them the house, move on to the next one, and then ask them later which house they want, and not ask for an offer on each one, ladies and gentlemen, you're just a showing agent at that point. You just want to make sure that you become the source of the resource and make sure that you ask for an offer on each and every house that you show them.
Of course.
So
every single property has a value, and a buyer, whether or not they like the property, and that would show.
Right.
That would show within the offer they're presenting. You're showing them a $500,000 property, and they're going to tell you, in my books, this is worth 300. You know they don't like it, or you know it will take a lot of work to make it a 10 for them.
So, go ahead, Gigi, you can finish. I'm going to
erase and this. I want to point out, Ed, when you were talking about this gentleman who mentioned that this was a terrible market. If you're going to go, I'm going to go back again with statistics. Since 1972, the average mortgage rate in America has been 7.2%. Where are we at right now in terms of mortgage rates?
7.2%.
Exactly. So guess what, guys? It is what is called a normal market. It is a market where, as agents, we need to work a little bit. We need to actually do our job to actually serve our community. We just have to remember that. We were spoiled. We didn't have to. We were just showing agents for the last 2 years. Open the door, like it, boom, over $100,000, over ask $100,000. Oh, you qualified, great, because you get 2.72% interest rate. All right, yes. So just remember, this is just a normal market. For those just getting into real estate over the last 2 years, this is not something you used to, but get used to it.
And just keep in mind, honestly, there's something else in this sense that we're not sharing. I mean, we shared, but it was just a 2-second thing. Keep your head down. Keep that number in mind. You need to make $10,000. You know, this is pretty much your golden This is your golden nugget. $10,000. What do you need to do? Who do you need to become to basically make your $10,000? All right. Write those numbers down. Pretty much it works like this. I think Ed said it and Gigi said it really quick. Open house should be done every weekend, if not every weeknight. Okay? Open houses. Call every friend and family who is not buying a home or who needs to buy a home. Call every friend and family who needs to sell a home or who wants to sell a home. Okay? Call everybody that you've actually had encounter since the moment you had your license to now. All right? Everybody's going to need help. There's not one person out there who's not going to know exactly how to buy a home. And if you're a new agent, don't worry about it. If you don't know the formula, you have 3 people on this screen plus people in your system who can help you to get to that next level. All right?
Yes.
Say hello to every single person.
Yes.
Do not become a secret agent. We only have one of them, and it's called 007. We don't need another one, okay? So, secret agent, take that to the back. You revoke your license from being a secret agent. Take that to the back and move forward. Ed has brought up to a point of saying 33 that he speaks to. Now, if you break that down to 15, for those who can't speak to people nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, try to speak to 15 new people a day, 10 people new a day, and log that down. Make sure you put that in every single time. The more people you speak to, okay, because honestly, it is not about the value of $10,000. It is about one thing, okay? It is about having more people in your pipeline. The more people you have in your pipeline, the more you'll have in the later spectrum, all right? So continuously speak to more people throughout this entire time. Ladies and gentlemen, November's here. Thanksgiving. How many people can you give thanks to what you have done in the last 9 months?
These last 2 months is a blessing.
Exactly.
And
so
then
treat it as so.
I want us to do a segment on why the holidays are the best time for people to buy or sell. I think we need to discuss that,
Absolutely.
because I think a lot of
Absolutely.
people have forgotten that. They think that, oh my God, this is over, the holidays. No, now is the time where you're going to have the serious buyers. Some people need to close by the end of the year, by the
Don't
way.
give them the session. Don't give them the session already. If we're gonna talk about it,
Absolutely.
don't give
We're
them
going to
the
talk
answers.
about that.
But
We're going
All
to
before
talk
we
right.
about
close
that.
it out,
But you
sorry,
need. Go
brother.
ahead.
Go ahead.
I
No,
was
no,
just going to
please.
finish it up with 2 more things. So
Okay.
what we need to do at the end, okay, is stop waking up so late. Stop thinking that you have to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. Wake up
Six
early.
Get
o'clock
up.
works.
Get up at 5:30.
Bodega doors open
Six.
at 6 in the morning.
I like my
Okay,
bed. 6 is good.
Forget the
6 in the
Six
bed.
is.
morning. What if
You'll sleep when you're dead. Forget it.
look? If our bodies was a business, we
Forget
need
it.
to open up early. All right, we need
Yeah.
to open up early. Get everything ready. Open up
Yeah.
early. Call your peoples. Get your open house ready. Do not set up an open house on Friday for Saturday. You know what I mean? Do an open house. Set yourself up, ladies and gentlemen. The best flyers out there for you. Don't have to create flyers on your own. Guess what? The best flyers are out there, and they're actually the cheapest flyers that give you the most results.
Mm.
Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Holy cannoli. Can you imagine that you're saying, I have this house, I have this to sell, I have this open house? Use those as your flyers and you'll get more results out of that.
Yes.
Believe me.
Yes,
The point
sir.
is to get $10,000.
Yes, sir.
It is not the point of actually just wasting your time. So,
Business cards.
thank
I'm going to
you.
post that up. Business cards,
Ooh.
yes, as long as you get a phone number in exchange. It's called fair trading. You got to be able. Oh, so sorry, my phone was never on.
I
Yeah.
learned from one person the reason why I don't use business cards as much, and COVID actually helped me out with that. I know we're going to change, we're going to a different segment, but I actually use my digital card more than I do my business.
Oh, yeah, here you go. I don't know if you guys going to see.
Sure.
This
There's
is
this
the phone number.
we had this one trainer in the office, right?
Yeah, where is
And
it?
because
I
of
got-
our right, and because of
QR
our
code right
software,
there.
because of our software, he was like, "Who cares about business cards? If they're really serious about wanting to be with you, let them scan your QR code."
Yeah.
And that's exactly right. And because of that, I've actually picked up a lot of people on my business card. I've actually picked up the serious people that want to be a part of my business, my ecosystem, as they call it.
The ecosystem. You're right. You're right.
Yep.
So real quick, before we close everything out, all right, just a heads up for all of you folks that are tuning in, we have a huge event taking place December 1st. All right.
December
We're in the
1st.
middle of locking in the Adria Hotel over in Queens. All right. We have a huge goal setting, mindset training workshop taking place. We have sponsors coming through. It's going to be a big event. We're working on getting it to be a free credited course, and I'm speaking into existence. So you folks that are on here right now, we're going to go and make it happen. So be sure to reserve your spot. If you don't know where to get your tickets, reach out to Gigi, Israel, or myself.
We
All
will
right?
post out an Eventbrite very, very soon. Okay.
Sure.
I wanted to
We're
say
gonna
that
do
before
this
they
in
head out.
in conjunction with Agent Toolbox, because I think for people in our organization it makes a lot of sense. For those out there who are not within our organization, please feel free. We're having sponsors. This is a non-branded event. This is for agents helping agents. All right, this is all it is. All right, guys.
All
So I
right.
think
And
it's
then-
our cue. It's almost
It
an
is.
hour.
It is.
Yeah.
And if you guys have anything you want to add to that, and I mean the people that are viewing from home right now, please feel free to throw it in the chat box. We hope that this was super helpful. All right. There's no reason why y'all can't make $10,000 in the next 2 months. We just broke it down. So I don't want to hear any
In so many different
excuses.
ways.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
many
want to hear
different ways.
any excuses, right? Like this is from scratch, from chicken scratch, as Gigi called it. We're from scratch, all right? We're gonna make this happen. Make your calls. Don't be scared. Go back to your list.
We want you all
Tap
to be
into it.
successful. We want everyone, because
Every
the
single
pie
person.
is big enough for everybody, guys.
Mhm. And I
All
like
right, so
sharing
there is
pizza
no
with a group of
reason
friends,
why
so.
some of you have to leave the industry in this time of I don't even think it's that bad in my book. I don't think it's that terrible. It's not 2008, so there is no reason please just stay in the business, stay to the grind. You'll be fine. All right.
Let's do it.
Bye, guys.
Absolutely.
All right. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And today's most valuable post, I think, is going to go out to Alicio, man. Alicio was on here making it happen. Agents helping agents. I love it. Let's go.
Hey, Olivia was on there too.
Yeah.
She was. Olivia was on here too.
All right, guys.
All right, guys. Enjoy
See you
your
next
weekend.
week.
Peace
Bye.
out. Don't forget to stop by the open houses, all right? Let's make it happen. Let's make a deal.